character and to celebrate a rather truly amazing lady. It's Jean Johnson, who has passed away at the wonderful age of 83. A remarkable lady who has lived a good life, a very full life, an immensely interesting life, a life that has without doubt touched the hearts and lives of many, many hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of people. There's people literally being touched by her life all over the world. There's people who have smiled in times of despair. There's people who have been encouraged when they felt low. Why? Because Jean, through her life and through her character and through her gifts, has brought so much happiness, has brought so much joy, has brought so much relief to many, many, many people. There's not one person gathered here this afternoon because you have to be. You're not here because you're under duress. You're not here because it's an arduous task. We're here just to say, Jean, the show will go on because your life and your character and your personality has so impacted our lives that though this is a goodbye and a farewell, we're not saying goodbye or farewell to your personality, to your character, to your life and to your love. To do so would be too much of a loss. To lose Jean is one thing, but to lose everything she lived for, everything she dreamed, everything she hoped, everything she exemplified in her life, that would be far too much of a loss. Let me share with you just some of the very strict instructions I am under. No tears. No tears at my funeral. It's not goodbye, just a celebration of my life. So many ups and downs, but I've always made it my business to get back up, no matter what. Even my health, I've tried to stay strong and always to keep smiling. My departure will be from Carlton, and my remains will be with my mum and dad. Details on a separate sheet of paper. I do not want the curtains closed. So, as requested by the family, the curtains will remain open even at the end of the service. And on the back are our strict instructions as to the music. So we have followed them to the absolute T. Or I hope and trust we have, otherwise we're in trouble. And then a lovely hand-pen note here. The old dreams were good dreams. They didn't work out. I'm just glad I had them. What a wonderful, wonderful sentiment. So many people live a life of broken dreams. No, not Jean. Jean had dreams, good dreams. They didn't all work out. But I'm glad I dreamt. Now, if we could take anything away from here, let's take away that from Jean's character and personality. She dreamed a dream. I feel a shock when you let alone a song. I dreamed a dream. And you know, we don't do that so much these days, do we? But whether they come true or not, let's continue to follow her lead and dream a dream. We're now going to be favoured with a poem by Tracy. Thank you, Tracy.
You can shed tears that she is gone, or you can smile because she has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see her, or you can be so full of the love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember her and only that she is gone, or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. You can cry, close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what she would want. Smile, open your eyes, love and go on.
Jean was a part of us all, and today is about celebrating her life. There will be times when you'll find it hard. The last few days I've found it particularly hard, as we all have. Emphasised more so when the one person I've called to say I'm finding it hard is no longer at the end of the phone. To get through these difficult times, we need to think what she would say, and that would be, sugar and chips, pull yourself together. We need to share our many memories of Jean's amazing life, take her experiences and use them to give us strength. I would like to share one of my memories with you now. Every Saturday when I was a little boy with my sister, we used to go round to Grandma's house. We used to sit in the lounge, we used to watch the old movies. I was going to sing a chorus of one of my favourite films, however, I'm not a talented singer in the family. My talent was polishing off the 9 rounds of toast and butter, as you can see, that she used to feed us while we were watching the movies. One of my favourites was The Greatest Show on Earth, which, when you think about it, could be used to describe an amazing life like Jean's. At the end of the film, she would say, "They don't make them like they used to." Well, Grandma, they certainly don't make them like they used to.
Thank you, Anna. Well. Careful, careful.
She like that. Thank you so much for coming to celebrate her life. Absolutely fantastic, or as Mum would say, hooray! Everybody here, my mum was a lot of things to all of you. She was a mum, a grandma, a great-grandma in both senses, friend, neighbour, cousin, sister-in-law, an auntie, domino partner, friend of a friend, and we'll all have our own stories about her, which we'll be able to share later. But today, I want to share stories and tell you something that you might not know, although you probably do, about Jean Johnson, Jean Campbell, and Jean Hall, the entertainer. Because I know she would absolutely love that, and that's what she'd like you to hear today. So the first thing I've got to do, and this is at Mum's request, is this. I haven't got Tourette's, by the way. As kids, we all end up on the stage. Nativity play, pantomimes, and we ended up on more stages than most, believe me, and that's because we were pushed by my mum. And one thing I remember, I can hear it now, I can see her there doing it, she used to say, use your eyes, use your eyes. Those great big brown eyes, and real love and enthusiasm. Which is great if you're an entertainer. But for an 8-year-old boy, with a tea towel on his head, being Joseph in a nativity play, terrified, holding the hand of Judith Clegg, who was the hottest girl in the class, being the Virgin Mary, surrounded by sheep, shepherds and wise men, having a mad mum, proud, glamorous, beaming up at me, going, use your eyes, use your eyes. It didn't work or help. Mary, there is no room at the inn. Well, that's who she was. She was an old school entertainer. She referred to herself as an old pro, and that's how they used to perform in those days, with their eyes. And I think the song "There's No Business Like Show Business" could have been written from my mum. Born in 1929, Jean Hall could probably tap dance before she could walk. At a very young age, she attended the Margaret Thompson School of Dancing in Sedgley Park, near to where she lived. She made her stage debut at the age of 6 in a concert party, and her parents, Norman and Edna, who would be so proud today, entered her into talent competitions at every opportunity as they could see her natural talent and potential. And at the age of 7, she won the Charming Childhood competition in Deansgate, Manchester. We've got pictures to prove it, which you'll be able to see later, whether you want to or not. By the time she was 10, she was performing regularly in a charity concert billed as Jean Hall, Dainty Soubrette and Dancer. Her first professional job as Jean Campbell was at the age of 12 in a revue called All Together in the front line, touring around the north of England. From there, she never seemed to look back, getting her first principal part as Red Riding Hood at the age of 14 in a Tom Moss production who tipped her to be the next big star. This was at the height of the war. This is 1943, when I would imagine entertainment was much needed. Some of us have no idea about that. But so she was singing and dancing and using her eyes around the country, putting smiles on people's faces at that time. How great is that? From there, she developed and blossomed into a beautiful woman, as you can see from the pictures at the front there. And she was described professionally as distinctive, vivacious and teasing, entertaining people from walks of life in review shows and pantomimes. And we've got the pictures to prove it. I found a picture the other day. She was great. I've never seen it before, and it just gives you some idea of her, really. She's sat here, and she's on the stage, but she's not performing as such, and she's with 7 dwarfs. I was telling my kids about this the other day, and after about 10 minutes, one of them said, "I bet she was Snow White." Brilliant.
Stand up, George. Stand up, George.
Yeah. she was Snow White. And how many of us have got pictures with 7 dwarfs? And that's typical of Mum. She just did things different. She had experiences that none of us will ever have. And she had a great time. I know she had a great time doing it. And this picture just reflects that, really. But just these 7 little guys just sat there with her. One's a bit grumpy. Well, he's not happy. That's my best joke. A tough crowd. Tough crowd. We never saw her entertaining Jean Campbell, but I did see her in 1981. She came to Butlins Air, where Tracy and I were redcoats, and she just came to see us. And I let my friend Gus, who would love to be here today, I let him know that she was going to be in, and he told the band of the sing-along bar that she was going to be in. So we went there, and he announced her. And, you know, he said, I believe we've got someone in the audience who used to entertain and sing. This is in 1981. And he wondered if he could persuade her to get up and sing a song. Persuade. She stood up and she did that thing like she was going to break down, but she wasn't really. And the bottom lip went, and she went, "Oh, I can't do that, please. I can't do that, it's been so long." As she was walking towards the stage. Seriously. And she was shaking people's hands on the way. "Thank you for coming, thank you for coming." She was like the fat lady at the end of Morecambe and Wise. "Thank you for watching me, my little show." And she eventually got onto the stage, still protesting. And, still protesting. And she said, "I can't do this, it's been so long," grabbing the mic. And then she turned to the band and she said, "It had to be you, in C, try and keep up." Next minute, she was on some bloke's knee, singing a song, using her eyes, always using her eyes. He'd only gone into the pig and whistle for a cone of chips. But that was Mum. She was a born entertainer, and that's what she did. And she would never ever miss an opportunity to perform. But as Jean Johnson, she sort of performed every day, really. She didn't need an opportunity. To Mum, I think life was a show, and she was the entertainer, and we were the audience. She even dressed to perform, always glamorous, never without slap. And who in their 80s wears 4-inch heels? Even when she couldn't walk. In poor health, she entertained us towards the end. 4 months ago, this is a true story. 4 months ago, in Lancaster, she was poorly, in bed, not bedbound, but in bed, just having a chat. And then she announced that she had to go. "Oh, I've got to go. We said, "Well, go. The toilet was only a few yards away, so she somehow managed to get onto a bed. We gave her a frame. She put her heels on. No, she didn't, man. And then she got up and she said, "I'll be all right, leave me, leave me." You're a bit dramatic, didn't you? "Leave me, I'll be all right, don't help me, don't help me." She's holding this frame like that. And I said, "Just get steady." And she took another step. Don't help me, just leave me, leave me." One more step. And then she did a tap dance. She did a proper tap dance. I mean, she didn't let go of the frame, to be fair. She wasn't that good. But she was using her eyes, And she finished with one of these. She went, "Oh!" And then she went back to, oh, don't help me, don't help me. True story. That's who she was. You know. In short, Mum was born to entertain. And I think that's what she did. So at this point, I've got a few thank yous to say, but at this point, and I hope this is okay, and I know Tracy particularly wants us to do this, I think it would be quite fitting for us all, for the very last time, to give Mum as an entertainer, Jean Johnson, Jean Campbell, and Jean Hall, a big round of applause. But don't ask for an encore. I hope you're all going to be able to come back to the queue afterwards. If you don't know where it is, find someone who does. We'll be able to share stories. You'll be able to see some pictures. There's a free buffet. There's an opportunity, a bit of entertainment. And also, my brother's putting a free bar on for an hour or two, just so everybody can have a drink with them. So that'll be lovely. I've got a few thank yous to make. First of all, no tears. Thank you to Tracy, in particular, because Mum was in poor health for the last year, and Tracy was great looking after her. She wouldn't have been easy to look after, and Tracy did an amazing job. So Tracy, thank you from us all. And I'd like to thank everybody here who's ever thanked her, who's ever helped her, because, you know, as an entertainer, she could be a bit needy at times. And so if you've ever helped her in any way, thank you so much. I do want to make a couple of specific thank yous, if that's okay, without offending anybody if I exclude you. But one is to Dorothy Day, who's here today, and Alan sadly isn't, but they rescued us in 1976. And I was speaking to Mum about that about a month ago. And she used the words marvellous and wonderful. And you were, and she never forgot it, neither were we. She had some DIY men in her time, believe me. But I think she saved the best for last. And although she was very frail at the end, she took a lot of comfort knowing that Alan, a next door neighbour and friend, was there. And he was brilliant. He was always there, and she knew that. So Alan, thank you very much for that. We've also got Alan to thank for the picture on the order of service. He took that picture, the coloured one, by the way. I don't think he took the black and white one. Well, at least I don't think he did. But Tracy and I were with Mum at the very end, and she died very peacefully, and it was quite beautiful, actually. And ironically, it was the only time we've ever known her leave anywhere quietly, which was lovely. But I know she would have liked to have gone out with a bang, and that's why she's asked all of you to look like you do. I think that's lovely. She's picked some great music for Exit, and she would say a big number. So she would love it if you can, because she's asked for the curtains to be open. She would love it if you would sing along, or if you can't sing, dance, and if you can't dance, clap, and if you can't clap, tap your feet. But whatever you do, use your hands.
We've had a chat with Jean and we've changed the programme. We're going straight to the last song. It had to be you. So let's all stand together, join, we sing along.
Hey Rach, this is your bit. She'd be very disappointed if you're not singing. It had to be you. It had to be you. Come on, Dorothy. It had to be you. Somebody who Thank you. Thank you. Use your eyes. Use your eyes. Thank you. Come on, Audrey, use your eyes. Use your eyes. Use your eyes, girls. Come on. That's it. Come on, George, you can do this. This is your thing. Thank you, Gary.